Okay, so I'm in week 4 of my hypertrophy block at the moment. This is the first session this week. So it's going to go weighted pull-ups, dips, weighted also, incline chest press, and then accessories will be incline bicep curl, tricep push down with single arm using the band because I don't have a cable machine here, and lateral raise, single arm, bench supported lateral raise. So I'm just going to start with some warm-up sets for the pull-ups, and then I'll get cracking with some of the dips. I don't need to do too many of these. Okay, and then tricep dips. So I've got to think about, at the top, just making sure that my shoulders are depressed, slightly pronated as I go down, and then I drive the chest up. Try and be as explosive as I can with these. Okay, cool. I've actually warmed up already. There's actually a functional reason for my top being off. The aircon does not work. It's on 25 degrees. And it gets really hot in here. I think that's lying. But then it gets really cold when it comes on. So if anyone walks in, by the way, t-shirt will come back on because you got to respect the public. And I'll probably have to stop talking. So I'll just film the exercises, then get back to this later. So yeah, let's start with tricep dips. So in my program at the moment, in this block, we're in the 10 to 12 rep range. And I do, obviously, because it's a rep range, double progression. So I try and get 1 extra rep at least across all the sets. Last week I did 3 sets of 10 with this. So today, one of the sets needs to be at least 11 reps. I'm probably going to try. In the second second set is where I like to try and push it a little bit more. So that's what I'm going to do. First set, I just like to see where I'm at for the day rather than hit that 12 reps, for example, max out and not hit my reps. Because hitting my reps is the most important thing, or the minimum, just to ensure that I get the volume in. So yeah, we're going to go for 10 now. This one's quite technical, so I just got to really think about it. Whew. Okay, good first set. So, when I was 18, I played against one of the best players I played against, rugby, a guy called Johnny R, I remember him. And it was playing rugby against RGS Worcester, second game of the season. And basically I put the ball in the scrum, spilt out the back. I went to get it, then I just felt the tightest squeeze of a tackle I've ever felt. And then this guy just basically dumps me up right on my shoulder, heard a snap, and just immediate pain, could not move. So basically, the ligament that holds the collarbone in place, that snapped, collarbone popped up, and so I've had issues with that shoulder ever since. So when I'm doing tricep dips and bench press in particular, I have to be a lot more careful. So towards the end of the sets, if I start to feel it, I'm really honing in on my technique and I slow things down. Just because I don't want to get to, when I rush, or typically when you rush through movements, that's when you can get injured. So I'm trying to be super mindful That being said, at the end of a set, I like to assess what my RIR was. I reckon that was, if I had to really push it, 3 until I maxed out, which tells me in this set, I'm going to try and go for the 12. And now that I've said it, I've got to do it. So one more break, a little bit more of a break. And just 2 more sets on this one. Now the thing that I'm annoyed about today is, with there being no aircon, my hands get sweaty and I've got weighted pull-ups next and I don't have chalk, which is really annoying. So just make sure you come prepared to your gym sessions, guys. I thought I had everything, because obviously when I'm filming a session, I need microphone, phone stand, key card to actually get into this gym, as it's a private gym. What else? Laptop that's got my program on. Chalk was the one I forgot. What an idiot. Okay. Right, okay. 12 reps, gotta push it. Shaking. Oh, I'm feeling that one. All right, good set. Pushed it on that. So, one thing that I'm doing on that is I realized on my 3rd rep, even though I was going quite deep, I didn't have a standard for each one. Keeping my reps consistent within a standard is always important. So I started to think, right, make sure the chin touches, but still keeping the chin neutral, because I don't even like to cheat myself. I could have gone like that every time, obviously, but A, would have looked stupid, B, would have been cheating. So I kept that fairly consistent, and I know that the depth was good on each one of those. So working the full range of motion, really important for hypertrophy. So I'm going to take a bit of a long break after that one, at least 2 minutes. Oh, aircon's coming in nice now. I forgot water today. No water, no chalk. Essentials. Okay, one more heads up. This microphone, how unprepped am I, seems to be on low battery, which means that this could die. So if it does, I will just film the videos of the exercises and maybe do a little talking bit to introduce each exercise. So next set, 12 was hard. I'm going to aim for 10 this time, which I'd be happy with because it's an extra 2 reps on last week. So that represents a form of progressive overload, which is obviously important. So, all right, get ready. Okay, 10 reps, tight squeeze, focus. 5. Whew. 9. Fuck. Whew, I've never shook like that before on a rep. That's like some bizarre, like anti-orgasm. How strange. Okay. Whew. Man, 10 reps is cardio. Don't care what anyone says. So, I'm just gonna unshackle myself. Next up, I'm actually here, weighted pull-ups. So today, obviously a key component of hypertrophy, building muscle, is nutrition. And at the moment, my weight has kind of been stagnant. I'm going to use it as a thumbnail today, but I've put on 6 kgs in the last 18 months or so. And in the last 2 months, when I've been really focusing on building size, I'm out of breath. Last 2 months, I've put on around about 2 kg. But yeah, it's kind of been stagnant. So I need to up my calories. One thing that I have an issue with is my appetite. I'm just never hungry. I only eat. If I don't have a meal scheduled, I won't eat. I'll just forget. I just don't get hungry at all. Never get cravings, anything like that. So it makes it hard to get the calories in. So breakfast, start with a smoothie today, which is 500-600 calories. Have that every morning. Otherwise, again, I don't like breakfast. I don't like eating breakfast. Not hungry. So that's just the way drinking calories is easy. And then for lunch, had to force these down. 2 of my meal preps, each one 300 calories, 30 grams of protein in each. So I've already hit my 60 grams in that. Don't worry, it's fine to have more than 40 grams of protein in a meal. And yeah, got my 600 calories in, which is helping to fuel this session. When I get back, I'm certainly gonna have to eat something. So I'll probably have a bowl of cereal, this muesli from Australia, which is bloody expensive, like £5. But it tastes really good. Yeah, I'm not gonna justify it further. I know it's really expensive. And then the final, then I have 2 more pure preps later. And typically, if I've still got some more calories left over, I might just go buy some sweets or chocolate or something. Because I have very nutrient-dense meals. So yeah, done my 3 sets. Let's move you so you can see my pull-ups. All right, so we're gonna have to assume this time I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be the final exercise that I show because the battery's gonna die. But you can trust that I will finish this session as it's important to me. So last week, I need to double check. I'm not doing 10s on just this exercise. This one I'm doing 6s on. For pull-ups, I just like to use that just as a strength move, and I use lat pull-downs for more of a hypertrophy move, purely because of the skill component in this. And I like to use this as a strength move because it transfers to me just, basically if I can do this, I can always do a muscle up, no matter what. I can just walk up to a bar, do a muscle up. So, and it's actually my favorite exercise, that as well. So that's why I'm doing this weighted up to just 6 to 8 reps. The other thing is when I do just normal pull-ups, let's say I can easily bash out 12, just like body weight, right? But the thing that fatigues tends to be like the rest of my body and not so much my lats. And I just don't get consistency with the reps across all 3 sets. So if I bring it down to just a strength zone, where everything seems to be working more in sync in terms of what's fatiguing throughout the body, it just makes it a little bit more efficient for me. So yeah, we're aiming for 6 on this one. Let's go for it. So I mentioned that on my that rugby injury that I had, that's not comfortable, that rugby injury, neither is this, that rugby injury that I had, it affects the movement of my right shoulder, which means that when I'm doing my pull-ups, I actually have to focus more on my right hand to ensure that my elbows are really coming down. So I really focus more on that side, just to drive that scapula down the back and to get that retracted and depressed as much as possible. So 6 reps, not bad. This is hard to get chest to bar for all sets. Let me just check how many I've got. All right. All right, 3 sets. 3 sets. Last week I did 6, 6, 5. So this week I fear it's going to be the same because my grip, I'm already feeling it slipping a bit. So if it is 6, 6, 5 this week, what I will do is, and I'm pretty strict, if my chin goes above the bar, that's usually the standard for most for it to count, but for me, because I know I can get chest to bar, my chest has to touch the bar. So that, I did 6 last week on that last set if it's chin over bar, but that's not like my measure of consistencies or my movement standards, so I put 6, 6, 5. So this week, if that happens again though, as in I'm only getting the chin above, I'll just do 2 reps, and it's almost like an intensification. So a lengthened partial. So I've hit my fatigue, but I'm still getting reps in from the lengthened range, which research shows is actually really beneficial in terms of hypertrophy. So that's what I'll do this week. I'll just make sure that because 6, 6, 5 is 17 reps. So I need to get 18 to 19. And if some of them are what we'll call, for the purpose of this, or for want of a better phrase, a lengthened partial, then that's what I'll do. So yeah, I'm feeling like I'm ready to go. You'll notice I'm pretty chill with my rest times. I kind of just go when I feel like I'm ready. I don't want to force myself to go when I'm still tired and I don't hit the reps. Just not happening. And as you can, well, if you can see from the thumbnail, it's still working from a hypertrophy perspective. So I have no issues with that. All right, 6 reps, let's go for it. Hands off, fucking slippy now. It's the most annoying thing. You know when you're already thinking about what's gonna affect your exercise negatively before you start? Hate that, okay. Fuck, all right. Okay. Oh, disappointing. Last one didn't touch. 1. Just checking the battery. Not dead yet. All right. 1 more set. So after this set, so we'll call that 6, 5. So on this one, I'm gonna aim for at least 4, and then the rest, I'll do lengthened partials, just to be safe. So that'll be 6. So I'll do, so that was 6, we'll call it 6 last one with 1 partial. So this last set, I'll do 4 with 3 partials. And that'll do. And then incline chest press. I love that exercise. Oh, I should have bought some water. I've got so much in my fridge right now as well. So I've got to use this as a towel because my shorts aren't working as a towel. All right. Okay, so usually I know when I'm ready to go when I don't feel the muscles that I've just worked. You'll know what I mean. Like you still kind of feel blood in them. There's a little bit of a pump. When that kind of dissipates, that's when I go again. And also this heart rate where I'm at now, I know that I'm pretty much ready. And mentally, I'm already thinking, right, okay, I can definitely smash out the 4 and then work hard for the 3. So I'll smash out that 4. Then, as I said, work hard for those 3 partials. All right. Oh. All right, that was ugly. Grip was fatiguing there as well. And I tell you what, so even on that, I actually failed on the 4th there. Chin got quite high, but what gave way is the lower traps. And so that meant, and I can always feel it, my shoulder blades weren't depressed like this. And I know this is controversial, but I don't do a stacked rib cage for pull-ups alone. Because if my rib cage is stacked, even though that's like a good strong position, if my rib cage is stacked, it means that I can't get my chest or extension in my spine, which means that it's, here, stacked rib cage. Depressing your shoulders is actually quite hard. Now, it's a lot easier. You've got that extra range of motion, which means that I can actually really pull that chest to the bar, really tighten up my lats. So I don't do the stacked rib cage for this exercise, even though I'm fully aware of it. And that's how I justify it. I think that's actually a fair justification. Anyways, that was a tangent because what happened was I essentially went into the stacked rib cage because I started to fatigue through my lower back, through my lower traps, which means zoop, comes forwards, which means chest comes forwards a bit, which means I can't get that chest to touch the bar. That's why that happens.